You gotta love how that guy in the intro just casually combat rolled out of the tank there to engage the enemy. Only in Soviet Russia. Because this is, of course, the Soviet update for Heroes and Generals. Probably the biggest update to the game so far. And it came at a really fitting time because I've got something of a treat of a video for you. I'm going to be talking about Vasily Zaitsev, one of the most famous Russian snipers. I'm going to show you the anti-tank rifle they've just added into the game with this update, which fires bullets bigger than 50 cal sniper rifles fire. And as well, there's a hippo. But this rifle here, it's quite fitting actually to be doing a story on Vasily Zaitsev, because this is the Mosin Nagant sniper rifle, which has just been released with this update, that he actually used. If you're wondering why it's called Mosin Nagant, by the way, you might assume that it was made by Mr. Mosin and Mr. Nagant, and they made a rifle together. I don't think it's probably called Mr. It's like Comrade Mosin and Comrade Nagant. But they actually entered into a competition, the two of them, to make this rifle. I think Mosin won, but because there's something called an interrupter that Nagant had made that Mosin copied, he filed a lawsuit against Mosin and got his name added onto the rifle. So that's where the Mosin Nagant comes from next time you play DayZ. You can tell the bandit who shoots you with it. They actually made 37 million of these rifles, and they're still popular today for shooting and things. Well, what else would you do with it? I doubt very much it's good for playing golf, but well, unless you shoot the guy you're playing with, and then it's probably pretty good. But unfortunately for the Germans in Stalingrad, Vasily Zaitsev got his hands on one of them. Now, believe it or not, he wasn't conscripted to fight in Stalingrad. He actually offered. He had an army desk job and offered to go and fight on the front line in probably one of the worst battles of the entirety of World War II. In his first 11 days, he killed 40 German soldiers with a rifle that didn't have a scope on it at that point. They gave him a scope for doing so well up until that point. And over the entirety of the war, which he survived, I think, without getting hit by a single bullet, he lived till he was 70 or 80, he managed to kill 255 just at the Battle of Stalingrad. And as much as Enemy of the Gates has quite a bit of fictional stuff in it, some of the tactics used in that were actually used by him, like holding up a helmet on a bayonet to see if an enemy sniper would shoot at it. And there's actually a tactic called the Sixes, I think, which he developed, which was like 3 groups of snipers covering an area in a certain way, that's even used today. I think it was used by urban sniper teams in Chechnya. Just to explain what's going on here in the gameplay, because I have switched over to a different rifle now, this is the most ridiculous rifle you're ever going to see. I mean, it doesn't look it because it's the first person perspective, but this rifle is literally as big as me. It's greater caliber than 50. This is an anti-tank rifle called the PTRD that was used by the Soviets for shooting tanks. And basically, they developed the RPG from this rifle. In the game, it is a one-shot kill anywhere. The round is like, it's as big as your hand. It's an absolutely massive round, but it's single shot and you've got to reload after every shot. So if you miss, you're a dead man. You ought to watch the YouTube video of somebody firing this in real life though, because how it looks here does it no justice. This is just the biggest rifle you're probably ever going to see. And it can't be run around and shot like this, of course, because it's so big. I think they've just done this so it's somewhat balanced in this game. You'd absolutely have to lie pro for it, because it would just like knock you off your feet, I think, if you fired it. I mean, it actually, in the YouTube video of the guy firing it actually moves him backwards, even though he's fully prone on the ground. The recoil's that heavy. But then again, it could shoot entirely through the side armour of quite a few tanks, like up to 40mm metal, which is, somewhat thick. Unfortunately, as good as all this sounds, as with a lot of jobs in the Soviet army, it was a bit of a death sentence being given one of these, because compared to the RPG, which it was developed off the back of this rifle, it was pretty terrible. A lot of tanks had greater than 40mm armour, even on the sides and the back, so it was entirely useless against them. You couldn't put a scope on it for some reason. I think that's to do with the massive amount of recoil from the gun. And every time it fired, because of the muzzle brake, it just blew dust and everything everywhere, and it was just a massive sound. So before you could get your second shot off, you're probably going to end up getting hit by a tank shell. And look how big that rifle is compared to this guy. Here's another interesting segue. Did you know RPG doesn't actually mean rocket-propelled grenade. That's a backronym that people just made up. In Russian, because of course the Russians who made it, it's called Ruchnoy Protiv. It means something. Now, if you still are wondering how big the bullets are for this anti-tank rifle, their caliber, let me just give you an example. So, generally the army uses for its sniper teams for shooting other humans, like what's considered an effective caliber for killing a human in a single shot, is generally 7.62, it seems, which is I think about 0.3 of a cal. That is half the size of one of these rounds. So guns like the M24 use it. Chris Kyle, American Snipers, Mark 11, I think that's what he used. That also uses it. I think also Private Jackson from Saving Private Ryan, his Springfield sniper rifle used 7.62. Dirty Harry's Magnum fired .44 caliber bullets, which of course is a larger round than is used by those sniper rifles I've just listed, which might make you wonder why the sniper rifle bullet isn't bigger. Now, from what I know, and you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but because the rifle's got a really long barrel, the bullet can accelerate to a much higher muzzle velocity, so you don't need to have as big a bullet to have as much stopping power, basically. So with a pistol, they tend to put a bigger bullet in, so it still does quite a bit of damage, even though it's travelling a bit slower, I think. Now, believe it or not, there's actually a bigger round than the one this anti-tank rifle fires, called the, I think it's called the .600 Overkill. It's used in CZ sniper rifles for hunting big game, like elephants and rhinos, not hippos. You need either a cruise missile or a tank to take out a hippo. Nothing less. They are the most dangerous animal. It's not hungry hippo. It's hippo will run across the field faster than Usain Bolt and mow you down. Hippo. Children would not play that game. I'm not even kidding. Do you know what they used to brush their teeth, hippos? Crocodile tails. If they get vegetation stuck in them, you can actually see videos on YouTube of this. They go and gnaw on a crocodile's tail to get it out of their teeth. Crocodiles are like toothpicks to them. They just break them. They've got 6-inch thick skin. 6-inch thick skin. Do you know what you can do with that? Sunbathe for a really long time. And hippos even got that covered because it like secretes sunscreen or something. It's like a flipping L'Oreal factory that murders you. I don't even know where to go from here anymore. We segued too far, guys. Too far. But you should check out Heroes and Generals if you're craving for a World War II game. It's pretty, they made it a lot less clunky than it used to be with this update. So it's pretty good fun. And you have some really cool moments sometimes where there's just tanks rolling across fields and you're running through as infantry. And I am perhaps just craving for World War II games. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed this commentary, guys. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next chapter.